Hi viewers, welcome to today's episode of Ulari Online Maths class. In today's video, we have three more questions to solve and it's still relating to the inverse trig functions we've treated. So without wasting much time, let's just go straight to the point. So the first one, which is y is equals ln cos inverse of x. Ln is just the natural log we all know. So same idea. This time around, it's not the cos inverse that is having a function inside, but it is being a function inside a function. So it's still same thing. It's all about chain rule again. So we let u is equals in the inner function, which is cos inverse of x. What is our du dx? So don't forget the derivative of inverse cosine is going to be minus 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared, right? So how about we are going to have y is equals ln u, because we said this is u. So if y is ln u, what is our dy du? Derivative of y with respect to u is going to be 1 over u, right? So we have everything. Just what is left is just to insert in our formula the chain rule. Dy dx is going to be dy du, which is 1 over u, times du dx, which is minus 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. This is our dy dx, but we can't leave it without simplifying this down. So we are going to have 1 over, instead of u, we said u is cos inverse of x. So we have cos inverse of x multiplied by this, which is square root of 1 minus x squared. And that's the answer to the first question. So let's just go straight to the second question. Question 2, which says y is equals tan inverse of 3x over 1 minus 2x. Same idea, we let u to be the inner function, which is 3x over 1 minus 2x. What is our du dx? Just like one of the questions we did in our last video, this is going to be quotient rule as well. So how do we solve this from the quotient rule? This is our, you know the formula already, no need to write and waste time. V du, which is 1 minus 2x, this is V. Du is what? 3 minus u dv, which is 3x. What is dv? Minus 2, right? Over v squared, which is 1 minus 2x all squared, right? So our du dx is equals, this is 3 open bracket 1 minus 2x minus and minus. I'm going to have plus 3 times 2. This is 6x, right? This is over 1 minus 2x all squared. Let me just write this here. So let me continue managing this portion. This is du dx is equals 3 times 1, that is 3. 3 times minus, this is minus 6x, right? 3 times minus 2x. Then I have plus 6x. This is all over 1 minus 2x all squared. 6x cancels out with this. I'm left with 3 over 1 minus 2x all squared. This is our du dx. So how about we are going to have y is equals, well, now left with tan inverse of u, right? So what is our dy du? Dy du we all know is going to be 1 over 1 plus u squared. So right now what is left is just to insert in our formula the chain rule. So dy dx is going to be dy du, which is 1 over 1 plus u squared multiplied by du dx, which is 3 over 1 minus 2x all squared. So this is going to be 3 over open bracket 1 plus u. We said u was 3x over 1 minus 2x, so we replace it here. So I'm going to have open bracket 3x over 1 minus 2x all squared. That's for this part. close bracket, open bracket, 1 minus 2x all squared as well. Yeah. So we are going to have dy dx. You can simplify this down just like what we did in the last one. If you have to simplify this down, I'll just do it straight. 3 over, if you multiply this and this, I'm going to have 1 minus 2x all squared, right? Then plus, if you multiply, this is squared, right? This will cancel out. What I'll be left with is 9x squared. And this is the result of the second question. So, pardon me, we don't have enough space. I think I just have to erase this portion. So for the third question, which is third question, y is equals x squared sine inverse of 1 minus x. Now, this time around, we have two things, or should I say three things to perform for this, because I'm having two functions being product of each other, but the thing is, I still have a function inside one of the function, which is the inverse sine. So what do we do about that? We just pick our u. We say let u is equals x squared, no problem. What is our du dx? If you differentiate this, du dx is going to be 2x, right? So we'll be having, what is our v? V is going to be sine inverse of 1 minus x. The problem about this now to get our dv dx is that we have to use the same idea we used to, just like how we differentiated. Okay, it's not here, but I think we have it in our former videos. If you are told to just differentiate sine inverse of 1 minus x, you know the style is just to differentiate the inside. Like, what's the derivative of the inside? That's minus 1. That means we are having minus 1 is the derivative of the inside. If you differentiate the function normally, you are going to have that's d of the x of sine inverse of x. Normally, if you differentiate, is 1 over square root of 1 minus x squared. So if really this is the derivative, if you multiply this with this, I'm going to have minus 1 over that. So I'm going to have the v dx to be, what do you say is the derivative? Oh, in order not to confuse you, let me just differentiate that separately, because it will look confusing. You just need to differentiate the function, because if I would just do it straight there, you'll be lost about how I got to that point. So if I would differentiate sine inverse of 1 minus x, what's the first step? You let u to be the inside, 1 minus x. From here, what is our du dx? Du dx is minus 1, right? So what is our y normally? Y is going to be sine inverse of u. So what is our dy du? Dy du is going to be 1 over square root of 1 minus u squared, right? So this is going to be 1 over square root of 1 minus, what is u? We said u is 1 minus x, so 1 minus x all squared. That is our dy du. So inserting the formula, dy dx is going to be dy du, which is 1 over square root of 1 minus x all squared, multiplied by du dx, which is minus 1, which is just same thing as minus 1 over square root of 1 minus x all squared. So this is the derivative of v now. I just did it in the other part, so you shouldn't be confused. So I'll just copy that straight to this point. This is square root of 1 minus x all squared. So that's the derivative of this. So what is left is just to insert this in our product rule formula, which is dy. The x is going to be, you all know the formula, but let me just remind you. Dy dx is going to be u dv dx plus v du dx, right? That's our product rule. So that's the same formula we'll be using for this function. So I have my u dv. What is u? U is x squared multiplied by what is dv? dv we said is minus 1 over square root of 1 minus 1 minus x all squared, right? This is plus, what is v? We said v is sine inverse of 1 minus x. Multiply it by du dx. Du dx is 2x, right? So everything here is just all about rearrangement, and that's our answer. Dy dx is, when you solve this out, I'm going to have minus x squared, minus x squared over square root of 1 minus 1 minus x all squared, right? This is plus 2x sine inverse of 1 minus x. And that's the derivative of the third one. Thanks for being so patient to see the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.